from Here I Am, Send Me. I'm here at the Castillo de San Marcos in St. Augustine, Florida. This fort was built in 1672. It was impenetrable to enemy attack and fire resistant. This durable fort reminds me of a hymn and the story of its author. It was a dark, tempestuous night in Germany as a young college student trudged back to school in the early 1500s. His name was Martin Luther. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning nearly struck him. In panic, he cried out and vowed that he would devote his life as a monk. Following this close call, he did devote his life to the church. One day, Martin Luther went to visit Rome and climbed Pilate's staircase on his knees while confessing the sins that had been tormenting his soul. Halfway up the stairs, he distinctly heard the words, "The just shall live by faith." Immediately, he sprang to his feet and ran from there. Afterwards, he started studying his Bible and found that God was not a tyrant as he had thought, but a just, loving God in whom he could put his trust in. He found that God was his mighty fortress. In 1527, Martin Luther wrote and composed the music to his most famous hymn, "A Mighty Fortress is Our God." It says, "Our mighty fortress is our God, a bulwark never failing. Our helper he amid the flood of mortal ills prevailing. For still our ancient foe that seek to work us woe. His craft and power are great, and armed with cruel hate, on earth is not his equal." This song was sung by Christian martyrs on their way to execution, by persecuted peoples on their way to exile. Martin Luther himself endured so many trials. He translated the New Testament into the language of the people and was hated, persecuted, and tried because of that. Yet, because God was his fortress, he could say, "My conscience is captive to the word of God. I cannot and will not recant. Here I stand, I can do no other. May God help me." Are you going through difficult times in your life? Is a tempest of trials ready to engulf you? Well, in Psalms chapter 50, verse 15, it says, "And call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me." Just like you, Luther, you can find comfort in knowing that God is your fortress. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10 says, "The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth to it, and are safe." I'm Selah, and thank you so much for joining me at Here I Am Send Me 360. Have a blessed day.